This is Ihab, and he runs a B2B outbound agency that was making 8K per month. However, Ihab had been trying for months to scale his agency past 10K per month. But everything he tried before had completely failed. He tried improving systems, doubling the outbound, making content. Nothing seemed to be working for him. After joining our accelerator, we immediately spotted one core issue in his business that was killing all of the progress. And after focusing on solving that one constraint, 12 weeks later, Ihab grew his agency to 18K MRR. That's 10K in extra monthly revenue in less than 3 months. Now, this one constraint is the same thing we have seen stopping hundreds of other businesses from scaling. Not just past 10K, but also 50K per month and beyond. I will show you the exact framework we taught Ihab and why it's been consistently allowing us to help hundreds of businesses scale their revenue. Hey everyone, so I have Ihab with me. Thanks a lot for taking the time. And yeah, to get started, we'd love to get more introduction from you. Where are you from? What did you do before joining the accelerator? What's your business? If you could give us like a quick intro.
Yeah, sure. My name is Ihab Darwish. I'm an Egyptian Filipino based in Egypt, and I run a lead gen agency called, the name of the agency is Escala. And we've been doing cold outreach for almost 4 years. We usually work with SaaS fintech agencies in the Middle East. So our main focus is to help people in the Middle East to build their go-to-market strategies and cold outreach machines.
Do you have a background in sales before? Like, how long have you been doing cold email for?
So I've been doing cold emailing like almost for 8 years. So I've been
Wow.
working as a business developer, doing B2B outreach for software development when I used to work as a full-timer. So I was like doing a lot of cold outreach. And from there, I learned more about the tools in the market like Limlist and Apollo and those kind of tools. I'm seen here in Egypt as a thought leader because there are no much people talking about cold outreach in that market. So
How was the market 8 years ago versus like how you see kind of the cold outreach worlds in 2025?
So I would say it's easier in one direction and really harder in a different direction. So it's now easier because data is really like almost free to get. So you can get data from any kind of public information. You can like bring it and like enrich and play around it and manipulate and so on. However, it's becoming harder to get into the inbox and to keep the domains in a healthy reputation and like doing the spin syntaxing and like making sure that you are doing it right, because really small details might like burn the whole infrastructure. So I would say it's easier because there are a lot of tools and the AI and the tool and things that like 8 years before, if I had access to those stuff like before, I would like easily make $1 million. But now it's harder because the competition and the inboxes and there is a lot of competition in the market. People are receiving lots of emails now in their inboxes. So like making it through this noise is not that easy.
What do you think is like the best thing you can do to actually like cut through the noise and kind of stand up in the mailbox in 2025?
I don't know, but I see things will evolve so now it's like more volume and like playing around the automation playbooks. I would say things will go towards more value in your content and like doing more personalization than like doing the mass outreach. Um, I would say like the past 2 years, most of the market was shifting towards that direction. So I feel that like the market is shifting, or the emails providers, Google and Outlook, will move us to add more value into the content that you're sharing with people. So if the offer is not good, if you're not like getting their attention, like spending good time in the triggers and signals that you're using in your marketing narratives, your message will like lose its way in the system.
I think content as well, right? It's like for me now when I explain whenever like people are like, oh, how can you make a cold email work? I usually say that cold email doesn't really work in a silo anymore. You know, it's like maybe 3 years ago you could just like almost scale a business to 6 figures a month just with cold email. You didn't have to
Yeah.
do any branding, any content, any ads. I think with the right cold email, the right data, you could make it. I find it more and more difficult because, as you said, everyone can sell cold email. It's a lot of noise in the market. So you kind of need to use cold email because it still works, but it needs to be used next to another lead gen channel. And for us, for example, at Cold IQ, that's how we scale the business, right? It's kind of content plus cold email to the people that are interacting with your content. That
Yeah.
combo is a deadly combo in 2025. But I think if you just want to scale with cold email, but you have no brand for your company, no personal brand, find it extremely hard.
Actually, this is how you guys got me in your pipeline. So I saw a message in my inbox from Alex Vaca, and I'm actually following you on the content, and I'm engaging. So just the message coming from you, and like I opened the email right away and I responded right away because I'm doing cold emails. I thought that you sent me this message, so um, I felt that I'm really relevant to this message. And then I went to the sales call, and then you guys offered a great value through the offering, and then I went to buy your program. So 100%. So that relate 100% to me.
Were you like looking for such a program before you joined the accelerator? Like, what was the situation? Like, were you working in the business, being like, okay, I know what I need to do, or you were like, maybe there is a program out there that can help me scale to the next level?
So back when Guillaume did his like first cold outreach masterclass like few years back, I know when I went to this course, it like took my knowledge about the cold outreach system like to the sky. And when I applied those strategies, I like killed it with like running my own single campaigns. But when I grew my agency now, I know that I need more certainty in terms of what's the best practice that I should apply to run an agency. Like, what are the playbooks? What's the operational model? What kind of tools that can save me money, and so on. So I've been always looking up to Cold IQ because you guys are killing it, and I've always like think, what are those guys doing different? And then when you send a message, I felt like that's the good it's the right timing because I really needed like that guidance. By the way, I knew what should I do, but I don't have the certainty because when you know that you should do this, you still have trial and error and learning curve to figure out things. But like getting through your community and the calls and like having one-on-ones. So this like is a shortcut that, hey, this is how it works. It worked for us. Like follow those instructions and you will find results. So I would say mainly I was like looking for more certainty from people like you guys.
It seems that it's been working, right? Because before you joined, you were like around 8K per month, if I'm not mistaken. And now you told me you're almost close to 20K MRR. So what do you think changed? Like what's the unlock from like 8K to 20K?
So in the one-on-ones, I was like having different kind of offerings, and I was like doing A/B testing with like 6 offers.
Okay.
And the really aha moment is when in my one-on-ones with Nicholas, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the name right.
Yeah, all good.
Um, he advised me, hey, you need to stick to an offer for at least a quarter, and if it didn't work, then move to another, because like having like 6 different ICPs and 6 different personas and 6 different, you cannot like productize something, and you will lose focus. So when I decided like, okay, fine, I will like stick to that niche, stick to that offer, and like test it for a quarter. Actually, within the first month, I saw like a massive increase in my conversion rates and like and confidence of the team to like repeat this kind of work. So I would say this one was like a the 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 the, the one thing that really how can I say it, worth the investment. So just one advice, it's really worth the whole thing.
And before the call, you were like telling me that there are like a few things you wanted to discuss in terms of like operations, how you currently handle things. So like, what are like the big bottlenecks right now?
Yeah, so whenever you fix a problem, another problem like arise. So with the scale that I used to have before, um, I was like involved in almost all of the clients' work, like the go-to-market strategies, copywriting, and data, and so on. But now we doubled the number of clients that we have. So I need to build an operational process, workflows, SOPs, so the team can like follow and replicate the work. And I would say this is like the next thing that should take the company to the next level. And I'm glad to have you here. So I know that you will help, and you're the one who's running or build the operational models of Cold IQ. So I would love to know more about how can I like do that. And yeah, here we are. So you guys are fixing one problem with me, and then we're moving to the next one and so on. So that's too much value.
And what's the biggest one right now? Like, do you need help to figure out what's the biggest bottleneck, or you already know what's the bottleneck and you want help to fix that specific bottleneck?
I would say I know, because I don't think there is a problem with knowledge, because now we have access to like AI and info and so on. So I believe I know it, but again, certainty around what worked with you guys. So there are four different schools of running a business. Which one you pursued, and how can I like replicate similar uh, plays in my operational work, and to replicate similar success in my market.
Are you alone in the business or you have a business partner?
Yeah, I'm a solo founder now.
What is the current team and where do you think the bottleneck is in the operations at the moment?
Realistically, I am the GTM engineer in the teams. I take care of the strategies for almost all of the clients. We do have three account managers, so they take care of the daily work, getting data, managing inboxes and so on. And I have a one operation manager, and we have two data specialists. So we are running our agency with the old way of running a B2B agency. We're not using Clay that much. I know that our next skill that we need to introduce internally is to start hitting hard on Clay.
And what do you think is like preventing you from teaching them about Clay? Like, do they have the curiosity, like the eagerness to learn about Clay, or do you think already there is not really a will from the existing team to learn that new skill?
No, it's there, but with the current operational structure and commercial structure, we are always in a firefighting mode. So prioritizing like an hour or time for the team to start like learning and applying and so on. Personally, I believe I still need to learn the plays of Clay, because there are a lot of new things that I need to learn and like pass the knowledge to the team. And I would say your program, so you already so in Cold IQ, you already shared a lot of plays that we can apply. So I see it over there. I need to put that into the operational model, but I like just being in the firefighting mode is not making it an easy thing to do. Especially I'm a father and I'm a dad, so whenever
Okay.
my family commitment is calling, I'm always, I should be there. So like balancing things and doing stuff on my own is really tough. So I believe I know what we should do. But it's just setting priorities and having some focus is the next thing that I should do.
What is like the one thing that you think agency owner needs to change to go from where you were, 8K per month to 20K per month?
So offer packaging is the one thing that really matter. So even for me, when I do work for clients, so when you do this with clients, but when you check on your kind of offers, you're not doing what you're doing to the clients. I don't know if I framed it in the right way, but I always tell people that you should like focus on offering and like one segment, and like do not lose focus. So I would say 100% invest much in building your offer in a way that will make people like say that you're not a commoditized, or
Yeah.
it's like the Alex Hormozy thing. So and by the way, if anyone is watching this and like didn't invest much time in like framing the offer in a way that will make it attractive, so people wouldn't say no to it, I see it's the most important thing. So it's just invest time there.
In the offer building.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
And
If you-
what was like a summary of the six offers you had at 8K, and what is the offer that made you scale to 20K? Like, how did you go about picking the best offer out of the six?
Yeah. So yeah, that's a very good question. So what we did is we checked our pipeline of leads who showed interest in us, and also we checked our history. So across the 4 years, which industries we had great success and great case studies with, right? And from there, I like did the analysis and like found that we are getting lots um, of SaaS in the HR and recruitment. I don't know if that's crazy to say, but in that niche, we had a lot of people coming in that niche, and we had a great success stories with those kind of offers, with this kind of market. So we crafted one campaign to reach out to those kind of businesses, and we landed on the top names in the Middle East in the hiring space and the HR tech space. So just sticking to that really made a big difference. And whenever people see that we worked with those kind of clients, it's making it easier to like
Yeah.
to close and to
Because it
impress them
builds
because
credibility, right? It's like people are like, wow, he has worked with the big names, and it's much easier to convince people.
yes, 100%. And I mean it. Those are the biggest names in the Middle East. I mean in the HR tech. So just focus there, and you will it will work because there is no reason for it not to work.
Love it. Cool. Then, yeah, thanks a lot. Really appreciate for you taking the time. Would love to keep helping as much as possible. I think you have it in you to scale that to 50K, and I wish like the 100K is gonna come very soon as well. So if I can do anything, just hit me up on Slack, and if you want to do a meeting whenever, like I'm also very approachable. If it's like small questions, just like bombard me with questions on Slack, and then I'm happy to help you. It was great to finally connect as well.
Same here, man. And yeah, all the best. Way to go, Alex. Way to go, Cold IQ. Thank you guys for the great work, and see you on Slack.
Now, if you're looking to grow your agency past 1 million per year and beyond, you've got three options. First, you can try to figure this out yourself, spend the next 6 months testing different approaches, and then hoping that something will eventually click. Or you can also keep doing what you're doing and stay stuck at the same revenue ceiling. Or third, you can book a strategy call with the team. We'll show you the exact constraint holding your agency back, and we will also try to fix it using the same system that helped us scale past 400K per month. It's also the same system that helped dozens of our students inside of our accelerator. So if you're interested, the link is in the description, and I hope to see you in the program. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you in the next one.